everyone, I am Erika of BEADIngschool.com and you are watching No One Has to Bead Alone, my weekly open workshop to make sure that every beader around the world has company. Today we are beading the Sweetie design, and you can watch this workshop live from the Beading School Club and also from the Beading School Facebook page. I hope that many of you are here already and you can hear me and you can see me. This is our birthday week, by the way, and Beading School is celebrating its first birthday this week. So it is a huge occasion for us, and thank you so much for spending this whole last year and also the time before that when it was still the storytelling jeweler with us. We really appreciate it. And in the meanwhile, Sarah says, hello ladies and Erika, see and hear you. That's great. Thank you so much for letting me know, Sarah. And Sherry is here, and Nancy and Marianne and Antoinette. Thank you, Antoinette. And then we have a Facebook friend, Deb, Natalie is here, Jessica is here, Gunel, Corinne, Kata is here too. Thank you, ladies, for joining today. If you haven't heard your name, then it means that I see you as Facebook user, and you need to click the link above the video and give my broadcasting program permission to see your name and see your face, so that I can greet you like, hi Faye, and hi Niti, and hi Yosin, and hi Meta, and Lutka is here too. So I hope you are ready. I have prepared a little cute design for you that's called Sweetie. And after all the Art Deco boxes, I wanted to come up with something, Art Deco designs, I wanted to come up with something different. However, you can actually bead this from the new signature box and also from the Art Deco box, if you have it. The trick is that in the middle of the motif, there is a 6 millimeter focal. Sorry, a moment. I need to change the focusing on my camera. Okay, it should be okay now. So in the middle, there is a 6 millimeter focal. So in this version, I used a 6 millimeter 2-hole flat back glass cabochon that comes from the signature box. However, you can use basically anything that is 6 millimeter big. I mean, if it has a hole. So, for example, you could use one of the 6 millimeter Rosetta cabochons too, or you can even use a simple 6 millimeter round pearl if you don't have a 2-hole 6 millimeter cabochon. So this is also a perfect design if you just want to use up some leftover simple beads from your stash, and you can turn to your own stash because everything is from basic bead shapes, or you can turn to the Art Deco box, or you can turn also to the new signature box if you would like to. Everything is possible. And in the meanwhile, I see Jennifer also, and Marta, and Shirley, and Christine, Cindy, Susan, Daniela, Ginny is here. Leah is here from Rome. I was in Rome recently. You live in a beautiful city. Thank you for all the beautiful experiences there. And Martina. And still, like, we have some Facebook users here, and I don't see your name, but I'm really happy that you could join again. So, if you have not downloaded yet the tutorial, then you can do it by navigating to no1has2beadalone.com, and you can download it from there. The free version will be available for you for 3 days, so make sure to download it and save it to your computer. And the free version, well, there is only one version now. I mean, there is no difference between the PDFs. So if you list to the last page of the tutorial, then I have included also some ideas for the motif to show you how versatile this is. So you can make it into earrings, you can make it into a pendant or brooch, you can also make it into a bracelet, even turn it in different ways, adding something in between the motifs or not adding, completely up to you as you wish to personalize it. And let's see, what do you need for Sweetie? And in the meanwhile, we have here Sangeeta and 𝐈𝐿 and Sandra and Niti. 𝐈𝐿, I hope that I pronounced your name well. Welcome. I think you might be here for the first time, right? I haven't seen you yet. Where are you from? Big welcome to 𝐈𝐿, everyone. And Sarah is here too. Welcome, ladies. So let's see, what do we need for Sweetie? So I will put on my hand camera. So as I mentioned, we need something of 6mm size for the middle, either with 1 hole or 2 holes, it doesn't matter. The tutorial will show you both ways how to start with the 1 hole bead and the 2 hole cabochons too. Then you will need also, so these are mine by the way, and what I am going to use to complete the pair. And these are 6mm 2-hole cabochons in edged crystal full slipperit. So the slipperit coating is applied from the back and also from the top, and the edged effect means that it looks a little bit rustic. I love when a bead has some texture, and I love combining smooth surfaces with edged surfaces. I also love combining metallics with matte colors, because I think that the end result is more rich in details, but that's a very personal approach, of course. And then from the big beads, you will also need some 3mm fire polished beads. Those are the pink ones, closer to the cabochon. The focal, I will say, because it does not have to be a cabochon, as I said. Mine are 3mm fire polished beads in chalk white lila luster. You will need 8 pieces for a motif, or 16 of these for a complete pair. Then on the edge we have some 4mm BICONE beads, PRECIOSA, and mine are the light sapphire opal 2x AB. So again, the 2x AB, it means that they are fully covered with this beautiful AB sparkly effect. Aurora Borealis. I love opal colors, so this is one of my favorites. And in this case, you can also go for 4mm fire polished beads. It does not have to be BICONE beads, it's up to you. Then from the seed beads, you will need size 15 round seed beads. I'm using the Duracoat galvanized gold, but actually the motif itself, the little square, if we look at it like this, it does not include any of the round 15s. So I used the round 15s only for attaching the earring component. And here, 2 pieces at the bottom where I attached the 2-hole dagger. And if you would like to get some extra help with how to attach components, like the ear stud, for example, in both ways, even if the hole is running from front to back or if the hole is running sides to side, then last week I published an article on the Beading School blog with some illustrations and explanations how you can do that to make your motif into a finished piece of jewel. And then at the bottom of the motif, I have a 2-hole glass dagger bead. It's 5 times 16 millimeters, and it's the edged crystal amber foil. And this one is totally like, you don't have to add something at the bottom. You can, but you don't have to. And if you would like to add something else, then all kinds of glass drops, all kinds of components in metal settings, or any beads in an elongated shape would work too. So it's up to you. I'm curious, what will you add or not add at the bottom? So this is what you need. Oh, of course, MIYUKI DELICA, the seed beads that you use in the motif itself. They are MIYUKI DELICA size 11s. I used color number 1833, dual code galvanized yellow gold. And in the meanwhile, we have Liv also, Donna. Ira says she's from Estonia. Nice. I've never been there, but would love to. Then we have Irina here also, Donna. Oh, Niti finds them beautiful. Mektab is here. One more Facebook user friend. And Diane. Wonderful. Nice company, ladies. Thank you for joining. So before we would start, please let me know. Could you download the file? Do you have your beads ready? Let me know. Do you have any questions regarding the material that you are going to need for this? Regarding the thread and the needle, it is my usual. So I'm using Tulip size 11 beading needles, and I'm using my FIRELINE in the size 4LB or 0.12 millimeter. I always use the black satin because it blends in really well with all kinds of colors. It would not blend in very well with transparents, light transparents, like, for example, a transparent crystal bead, but I don't use those. So this is the only FIRELINE that I own, actually. And Cindy says she's ready. And Marjorie joined us also from sunny California. Nice. So let's get started. Oh, Nanya says, hi, Nanya. Ready to bead along with all of you. Wonderful. Faye will bead a bit later. She's looking forward to all the nice new earrings. So let's get started. I will put also the illustration here on the screen. I'm going to use the 6 millimeter cabochon with 2 holes and MIYUKI DELICAs for this first step, but it's up to you. As I said, you can also use a simple 6 millimeter round pearl. So in case that you are going to use the cabochon, then start by beading through the bottom hole, leaving a tail of 5-6 inches, 10-12 centimeters. Then you can pick up 2 pieces of MIYUKI DELICA beads and bead back through the top hole, the open hole. So when you pull the thread, the two beads are already attached. And hi Nicolene, and hi Beth, and hi Janine. Then for the top part of the cabochon, I pick up 6 pieces of MIYUKI DELICAs and I bead through the top hole one more time. This is actually how I also add beads around a close setting of a cabochon, exactly the same way. And in case that you are working with a pearl, a round pearl with only one hole, then it is shown on the 1B picture that you bead through the pearl, you pick up half of the beads. Altogether, we will need 16 beads, and in case of a pearl, you pick up half of that. So 8 pieces in one go, and then bead through the pearl one more time, and then you create another semicircle around the pearl by picking up 8 more and beading through the pearl for a third time. So 8 plus 8, you have the 16 beads, while if you are using a 6mm cabochon, then you pick up the same amount of beads all together, but first you pick up 2, then 6, then again 2 and 6, and that adds up to the same number. And hi, Leah. So now I'm again picking up 2 more beads, and I bead through the first hole of the cabochon. So now I have 6, 8, 10 DELICA beads. And to complete the circle, I need 6 more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I bead through the bottom hole one more time. So I pick up 2 when I am moving from one hole to another. So between the 2 holes, there are always 2 DELICA beads. And when I'm beading through the same hole for the next time, then I'm adding 6. And to make it nice and neat into a nice little circle of MIYUKI DELICAs around the bead or cabochon, I will bead all around the focal through the MIYUKI DELICA beads, 1 or maybe even 2 times to even them all out. Mariana is asking, I use 6mm 2-hole candy beads. Is it the same like 2-hole beads in the instruction? The candies, I think, like they are a bit thinner than the cabochon beads, but I have only 8mm candies, so I don't have 6mm candies and 6mm cabochon beads right next to each other, so I can't compare them. But if the size is 6mm, then it will work. Even if the thickness of the focal will differ a little bit, it will work out. There are 8mm candies, but as far as I know, there are also 6mm candies. There was a time when lots of cabochon-like beads were entering the beading world in different sizes, 6, 7, and 8mm sizes, and with different top parts. So, how is it going, ladies, so far? I'm finishing my circle, and as you can see, the line of DELICA beads around the focal is a lot smoother than before. And when I'm kind of happy with it, it will be actually hidden, but still I want to make it look nice. So when I am happy with this circle of 16 MIYUKI DELICA beads around my focal, then I'm going to add 16 more MIYUKI DELICA size 11 beads, one by one, each of them attached with a tiny square stitch. So that means that I'm exiting a DELICA here. I pick up a new DELICA, and then I bead through 2 DELICA beads from this circle. One DELICA bead is before the exit point of my thread, and one DELICA bead is after the exit point of my thread. So when I pull my thread, my FIRELINE, then the new DELICA is attached securely with its hole running parallel with the hole of the MIYUKI DELICA that it is attached to. And I bead all around the focal in the same way. So always picking up a new DELICA, beading through the DELICA that I am exiting at the moment, and also through the next one. And this is how I move forward and forward until I have added 16 pieces of new DELICA beads. And hi, Vivian! Nice to have you here. Ladies, how is it going so far? Please let me know. Niti has just written a poem. She says, "It is a sweetie coming along sweetly." I'm glad it's working out nicely, Niti. So I'm adding one by one the beads. Ginny says she's going very well. Yosin is also going fine. Great. Great. This is the second time in a row that we are working with a component that has like a focal in the middle and then seed beads attached with square stitch for the first rows. And I was super happy last week when we were beading the square stitch bezels for the first time, and I saw so many beautiful jewels and so many of you succeeding, and so beautiful smooth lines of the square stitch bezels. While last week we were working on the Swanee motif, and this week on the Sweetie motif. And even if the mood, the atmosphere, the mood of these two little motifs is very different, but I think what is common between them is that both of them are pretty small, easy to combine with other components, easy to join to each other. So there was like an explosion of jewels in the Beading School Club during last week when you were posting all the beautiful Swannies, and I am really curious what kind of jewels you will make this week from the Sweetie. I have added my last new bead, or I'm adding it now. So I have the same number of beads in this second circle as I have had in the first circle. And I will join the beads in the second circle to each other too. So I am now turning to the opposite direction by beading into a MIYUKI DELICA that I have attached just now with square stitch, and then through all of them which are in this second row. And as I am pulling my thread tight, and I am pulling the beads close to each other, then you can see that they will be arranged in a way that they will sit on top of that first row instead of staying to the side. So there will be 2 rows of MIYUKI DELICA size 11s sitting on top of each other, hugging the little cabochon or hugging the glass pearl if you are working with a glass pearl. Let me know, ladies, by the way, did you go for a pearl or do you have a 2-hole cabochon on hand that you are working with? But meanwhile, some more beaders joining. Good morning. I'm nearly done now. Joining my last 3, and then I continue through some beads. It doesn't matter that's through how many. And I finish step 5 by turning to the original direction and by beading through some beads in the original row. So the beads in the bottom row will hold the other beads that we are going to add through during the next steps. The top row, this is how it looks from the side. The top row will not have any more beads attached. I will continue by attaching beads to the bottom row. And in the meanwhile, one of our beaders says she's using a Rosetta 6mm. Jessica is using a pearl. Ginny is using a 2-hole bead for the middle. Yossi is also working with the 2-hole cabochon. That's also such a nice diversity that we will have thanks to all these options. So I'm back to my bottom row, and let's see step 6. I will actually continue with square stitch, but now I will add square stitch to every second DELICA bead. It means that I picked up a new bead and I bead through 3 DELICA beads in that bottom row. 1 DELICA bead before the exit point of my thread, and 2 DELICA beads instead of 1 after the exit point of my thread. That first one will not hold any new beads, but then again I pick up a DELICA, I bead through a DELICA before the exit point and 2 more after the exit point. And altogether I will add 8 MIYUKI DELICAs. That's exactly the half of 16. Ira is also using a 2-hole cabochon like I do. How are you feeling, by the way, ladies, about the square stitch? We are using it in different ways lately, mainly for bezels, but now also for growing or motif, and we often turn to square stitch also when we are connecting motifs to each other. And I have a feeling that the square stitch is really growing on me. And like maybe 2 years ago, I would say my go for absolute versatile, most beloved favorite stitch is peyote for like everything where it's applicable. Then these days I'm also like always like square stitch, square stitch, square stitch. And Neat is also using a 2-hole for her focal. Jessica likes square stitch. Shirley too, she loves it. Then we have a Facebook user saying, I really like it. I think it's easier than peyote. Aww. Antoinette says, I'm loving it and I will use a 2-hole cabochon. Christina also loves the stitch. Yay! And someone found 6mm calves. That's wonderful. You can even combine the motifs if you're making a bracelet. Then you can use 2 or even 3 or as many types of focals for the motifs as you have on your hand, and maybe have every second or third as the same, and you can alternate. It's Cindy who found it. Ludka is using a pearl and she thinks that square stitch is gorgeous. Unfortunately, there are some glitches between Facebook and the program I use, and unfortunately it's not something that I can set right. I don't have that kind of control over the program. But if you can click on the link again, and then hopefully it will show your name. Oh, Jenny says that her piece looks like ice cream, so she's getting hungry. I also haven't had dinner yet, so please don't mention ice cream. All I have is water. I didn't even have a third coffee today. Okay, that's a bit of a lie, because I'm always drinking doubles. So already for breakfast, I have 2 coffees in one, like a proper cappuccino with 2 espresso shots inside. And then in the afternoon, I had a filter coffee, a very nice one, in a very good company. And that was also a big one. So I should not complain about the quantity of coffee that I have had today. And says, I can imagine this lovely motif to multiple for a bracelet. Totally. Single row bracelet, multiple row bracelet, or maybe like 1 sweetie, then 1 square stitch nacre cabochon or chaton, and then again a sweetie motif. So there are so many possibilities. And Jessica says, I just said out loud, this is really sweet. Then I remembered its name. Marian says, I like square stitch. I have made some Zoom workshops with Edgar on Lopez, and he uses the square stitch often in his designs, and I love it very much. His pieces are beautiful. I did not actually, someone said it last week also, that Edgar uses lots of square stitch. So I knew, of course, that it's not my invention. It's like, it's a stitch. It's not a design. Stitch is a stitch. But I could not recall that who uses square stitch, while I'm also like, of course, following Edgar. But then once someone said that, then it clicked like, yeah, he has lots of beautiful designs with square stitch. Cynthia, I see you now. Wonderful. Yes. And Nicolene also likes it. Cynthia is still drinking coffee. You make me so jealous. You make me so jealous, American folks, that it's earlier during the day for you. It's already nearly 6 p.m. for us here in Amsterdam, so I really should not drink more coffee. Oh, Miriam says, talking about ice cream, mine looks like strawberry and Swiss chocolate. So, now in step 7, after I have added all the DELICA beads to every second DELICA in the base row, I am turning again to the opposite direction by beading through one of the newly added beads. And the gap in between two of the DELICAs is exactly 3 millimeters big. So we are filling the gaps easily, neatly with 3 millimeter fire polished beads. So I always just pick up one 3 millimeter fire polished bead and I bead through the next DELICA that I have added. And the rest of this motif is actually so fast that I really hope that some of you will decide to bead a nice bracelet of it, because this is going really fast. Oh, Cynthia says she will at least drink some more coffee for me. Thank you, Cynthia. I hope that you are having a nice cappuccino or filter or espresso. What kind of coffee are you drinking? Oh, Ula's frogging. Oh, Ginny is drinking coffee too with some nice heavy cream. It is really delicious. And Susie joined us, and Robin is here, and Wendy is here. Don't worry about being late. You know, here we are, as Gandalf says in Lord of the Rings, that exactly when we are supposed to. Not too early, not too late. Susie is having coffee. Susie, that's not fair. You are in the same time zone as I am. You should not drink coffee at 6 p.m. Oh, Cynthia's having it with vanilla creamer. By the way, ladies, tomorrow we have a super nice lunch break room prepared for you. It is the lunch break room. It's a socializing event that is open usually only for Beading School Academy members. However, tomorrow it will be open for the whole Beading School club, so we can meet each other. And, well, we were supposed to have a special guest from a famous bead making company from the Czech Republic, from the Crystal Valley, but unfortunately he got sick, so he could not travel to the treasury, to the Beading School treasury. But there will be like the whole Beading School team waiting for you. So usually it's like either me or either Susie or maybe Veronica, sometimes Andrea, who is waiting for you during the lunch break room. But tomorrow, Veronica and Susie are visiting the treasury, which is in a different city from where they live. And all the ladies who are working in the treasury, they are going Saturday evening to the treasury, so they can all meet you and show you around and answer your questions. So it will be beautiful. And believe me, I'm a good boss and I did not say that they have to. I might have bribed them with some cake today. Okay, that was actually Andrea's idea, also the cake. She's taking really good care of the treasury ladies. But yeah, it will be a nice evening. So we are really looking forward to meeting you. Okay, Susie, you I can forgive you for drinking coffee in the evening. She says it's been waiting for me since lunchtime. It would be a waste to pour it out. Someone with 2 small children. Yeah. Wendy's drinking ginger tea. That's also super nice. I love it with just a bit of honey and some lemon. Miriam says, what are you talking about? I will drink my last strong espresso after dinner. So you can bead more, right? You've published so many beautiful jewels lately, Miriam. Like, is that because of all the late night coffee? Oh, Jen is going to a bead fair tomorrow. We will miss you, but enjoy it very much. Cynthia says, I'm so sorry that he's sick and I hope he feels better soon. Me too. It will be nice seeing all of you ladies. I am very excited to meet all of you. It will be nice. Like, you will see. You will also be able to look around in our new treasury, where we moved in only maybe like 2 months ago. We are still getting comfortable there. I like the ladies because unfortunately I can't visit them that often. I am here in Amsterdam, they are in Slovakia, but of course I was there in February and it's so comfy and nice and a lot lighter and bigger than the previous one. So I finished adding my fire polished beads and now I will make the circle into a square. How? And so I will make the circle into a square by adding groups of 3 MIYUKI DELICA beads, but instead of adding them in between every fire polished bead, I will add them only in between every second one. So I'm exiting a fire polished bead. I picked up 3 delicas and now I skip the delica here. And then I bead through fire polished bead, delica, fire polished bead. You can actually develop this into a different design if you add the groups of 3 delicas everywhere. So that's an option to play with, sweetie. And then I add 3 delicas again, and I bead through fire polished, delica, fire polished again. And by the way, for a little while, I was attracted to the idea of adding the group of 3 delicas only at the top and the bottom to make it into an eye shape. But then I was, this looks exactly like Swanee. I need to make something different. So then I decided for this square-shaped sweetie with 4 points where I add the groups of 3. So I'm adding my 3rd group. And then I'm adding my last 4th group of 3 MIYUKI DELICA 11s, and I finish by beading through fire polished, delica, fire polished. So I made a square out of a circle. Isn't it fun? And let's see the next step. So here I will make these groups of 3 MIYUKI DELICAs a bit pointier by beading through the first bead, skipping the one in the middle, and then beading through the 3rd one from the group. And then I pick up a group of 5 beads, 3 MIYUKI DELICAs and 2 4mm BICONE beads. I start with a MIYUKI DELICA, then BICONE, MIYUKI DELICA, BICONE, 4mm. So this is my new sequence. And you can also use something different here. It should work out well, but I go for the PRECIOSA BICONES, and here I skip fire polished, DELICA fire polished, and I bead through the first MIYUKI DELICA from this corner that I have created. I arrange the group of beads so it's like a V. And then I skip the second one and I bead through the third one. And I will repeat the same 3 more times. So I'm always adding the same combination of beads: DELICA, PRECIOSA BICONE, DELICA, BICONE, DELICA. Then I skip in my motif the fire polished, DELICA fire polished, and I bead through the first DELICA, I skip the second, and I bead through the third one. So let me know if you have any questions. Cynthia is asking what size bicones. They are 4 millimeter big. Does anyone have any questions at this point? In the meanwhile, I would like to, since we mentioned the 4 millimeter bicones, I would like to mention that still our big Beading School birthday sale for all the PRECIOSA beads, all the PRECIOSA nacre cabochons and pearls, and also for all the PRECIOSA cabochons, the round ones, and also the fancy stones in the fancy shape. So it's still running, and it will continue to run until Tuesday, Coffee Time with Erika, and it is a significant special deal, 22%. It's automatically applied, so you don't need to use a coupon code. If you go to beadingschool.com, then automatically you will get the prices after the discount. And Timmy, one of our team members, she worked super hard on Tuesday. So this week, in one day, she uploaded 150 new bicones and pearls and cabochons, and I can't imagine how she did that. She took all the pictures and she calculated all the prices and she uploaded all the products in that one day. So 150 new ones, the result of the work of Timmy. And today, actually, for a bit more festive mood for the weekend, I activated a different discount tool. So, you know, Beading School stands for high quality and inspiration, and Beading School stands for also like very well made components where you can see the traditions and the handiwork and the input of an artistic mind. So we decided to also offer you a 12% discount through the weekend to all the historic filigrees that are made by the little family company in the Czech Republic, in the old machines, with the designs that some of them were made over 100 years ago. So, so those are available for you also for a little bit better price now. And also we uploaded some new cup chains in very pretty colors. For example, we have new Montana AB, then we have Jet AB, then we have Iris, and Vintage Aqua, which is a very pretty one. We have Light Cyan AB, Crystal Mist, Vintage Light Sapphire Opal AB, that's a good one, Purple Velvet, Aqua Opal, Light Amethyst, Topaz Opal, Avocado Opaque, and Vintage Rose. So lots and lots of cup chains also, together with the historic filigrees, with 12% off through the weekend all the way until coffee time with Erika. Cynthia says, such beautiful colors. They look nice. They are pretty. The question, did you get the boxes of them back? Sorry, I don't understand which boxes. But I'm adding my last group. If you specify, Cynthia, then I would love to answer. So I'm adding my last group, and again I skip the fire polished and Delica and fire polished, and I bead through a Delica bead, and then I actually continue until, well, I continue all around. Still, there is one step before I would add the dagger, but this time, as I repeat the thread path, then I will skip the Delica that is in between the two BICONE beads. So by skipping the Delica, I make also this big corner now point here. You need to be careful at this step before because the BICONE beads, sometimes they can have sharp edges. I have a pretty good experience with Preciosa beads. I think over the, well, many years since I'm using them, it happened to me like once that they would cut the thread, but still, just be careful. Oh, Cynthia, and the vintage filigree boxes. No, as far as I know, we could not put together a whole box for now. I'm sorry about that. We tried to because they were popular, but it takes like months when we order some new pieces of those filigrees. And there is a very limited number of machines, of course, that can make them. Also a limited number of engineers who can actually operate them and workers who can operate them. So when we order them, then it takes us like maybe 2 or 3 months to get them back. And Miriam also says that you are right, Preciosa never cut my fire line yet. And I'm so happy to hear that, Miriam, that it's not only my experience, because it can also depend, of course, on our way of working and how we pull the thread. But I'm really happy to hear that you also experience the same. We hope to get them back. So I'm repeating the thread path. And skipping the delicas between the bicones. Ginny also says that she doesn't have the problem with the Preciosa cutting like the other brand. Cynthia also has the same experience. I'm really, really happy about that, ladies. That was a nuisance in the past. Working on a beautiful piece and then suddenly it's falling apart. And I have now beaded through all the corners once, while skipping the delicas in between to make them pointier. So now I ended up again in a delica bead between two bicones, and I would like to show you how do I attach the dagger bead. The dagger bead has the perfect shape for being a hanger under a motif, so I started recently using them, and here it matches the 6mm cabochon perfectly because both of them have this edged surface. So to attach it, and this one has, by the way, 2 holes, but you can of course also use a one hole dagger, but then you will skip the second part of how I attach it, also the second hole. You will just do this, the first part. So I'm exiting that delica in between the bicones. I pick up 2 delicas and I bead through the top hole of the dagger, and then again I pick up 2 more delica beads. I bead through the delica that is in between the bicones. So this is how it looks like at the moment, and I repeat the exact same thread path to make everything stronger and sturdier. Wendy says, I love seeing dagger beads used in this way, though I don't have any yet. This is like absolutely, I'm glad that you like this idea. And in this position, the daggers are completely like changeable. Sorry, I think I would have needed to drink one more coffee. So you can skip the dagger and use something else. Everything in an elongated shape, all kinds of drops will work here. Miriam also likes the dagger in this position. I'm glad. And let's see. This is the last part of attaching the dagger. So first I bead through 2 delica beads, but then previously I was beading through the top hole of the dagger, but now instead of that I pick up 2 more delica beads and a round 15, and then I bead through the bottom hole of the dagger. So this combination of the 2 delicas plus the round 15, it covers the distance between the 2 holes exactly. And now I pick up the same but in reverse order. So round 15 and 2 delicas, and then I bead up through 2 delica beads. But now, instead of beading through this delica between the bicones, I want to make this shape a little bit more elegant and neat looking. So I skip the delica that is in between the bicones and I bead straight down through the beads on the side of the dagger. So in this case, I have already 4 delicas and around 15. And then I repeat, I go through the bottom hole of the dagger. And then I bead up through round 15 and 4 MIYUKI delica beads. And then I will continue through the delica in between the bicones and then into the bicone and so on and so on. And then I will attach the ear stud exactly in the same way as I was showing you a week or two ago when we were attaching drops and all kinds of components. So, Zuzi's seeing already a bracelet, and indeed, and you could connect the motifs to each other like this, corner to corner, or you could also connect them side to side for a different effect. You could also add some cabochons in between, bezeled with square stitch or bezeled with peyote. If still someone likes to bezel with peyote after so many square stitch bezels. There are many, many possibilities. So I'm curious, what are you going to make this motif into? Mariana says, it is a beautiful design. I love it. I'm really happy, Mariana, and I'm curious of your colors. You always make very special jewels. I like your color choices. Vivian also says that it's pretty. I'm really happy, Vivian. And Cynthia is asking, can you use a regular dagger too? Absolutely, you can use the one with the one hole, but then you don't add the second part of the attachment, the 2 extra delicas plus the round 15, but you add it only through the top hole. So you pick up 2 delicas, dagger 2 delicas, and then you reinforce the loop, but you don't have to go further. And Lutka finds it also elegant. Cynthia sees a necklace already. Zuzi is voting side to side. I vote also side to side. Nicolene sees an O. Like your imagination. Indeed. I haven't seen it yet, but now I can't unsee it. So surely we'll make earrings first. That's a good beginning if you say earring first, but then who knows what will follow. Oh, Marta says slim navets in a bracelet. Indeed, I love using slim navets as connectors. The 4x15 millimeters in the metal settings, they are awesome for this, I think. Niti says, mine says it wants to be a bracelet. Then listen to it, please. So, Faye also says a versatile motif. And Cynthia likes the earrings. They are also from the signature box. So, ladies, do you have any more questions left about this motif, about tomorrow's lunch break, about the special deals that we have? So all kinds of Preciosa beads and cabochons, 22%, and all the cup chain, the Preciosa ones and the unbranded ones are also 12% off, and the historic filigrees too. Oh, and I showed this as a picture, but maybe on the page, but maybe not everyone has seen it. So those of you who have decided to go for a signature box, you will also receive something extra in your package. So you will also receive a sock with the Beadingschool mandala, a very nice high quality sock designed for us by a little company in Slovakia. So if you don't have any more questions now, Miriam is already looking forward to the socks. We will need some sock pictures. That would be so fun. So if you don't have any more questions now, then I would love to thank you for all the fun this week, for the really nice workshop today. Thank you so much for your comments and for your encouragement to each other, for your questions. and wishing you a nice creative weekend, and see you tomorrow evening from the Treasury. Bye bye, ladies. Ah, I caught Wendy's question. Wendy wants to see the notebook. Yes, we have a notebook. So, yes, this is a couple of months ago. I posted that I managed to lose my notebook with my notes. Actually, it turned up, luckily. There was a mess because we had the same one with Adam, branded by his company. But now I have a very pretty beading school notebook with mandalas all over it. And the best part, oh my god, this yellow page inside the cover, it's the beading school mandala turned into a pattern in this beautiful yellow, warm, positive tone. It's a thick one. There are many, many pages. And it has like little dots, this bullet journal type, so you can draw in it, but also write in it. And then at the bottom of each page, you have the mandala. And I think this is so sweet and so cute. And wishing you lots and lots of inspiration that you can write and draw into it. And then we can share in the club. We can everyone can share a picture that what kind of beady ideas we are including in the notebook. So, oh, okay. I'm so happy with it. So thank you, ladies. And now goodbye for real. Bye bye.